The final week of the 2011 legislative session was another brutal one for the Florida AFL-CIO and the Working Families Lobby Corps. With the committee process finished, all attention turned to the floors of the House and Senate and the super secret behind closed door process of the budget conferences and the now infamous conforming bills, where major policy changes were tucked in budget language without any vetting in one or both of the two chambers. The week kicked off with a rare press conference by Florida's U.S. Senator Bill Nelson. Nelson came to the Capitol to express his outrage on behalf of Florida's voters regarding HB 1355 and SB 2086, the voter suppression bills. The legislation creates new hurdles for groups trying to register new voters, further limits the Citizens Initiative process, reduces early voting opportunities, and forces tens of thousands of voters to use provisional ballots on Election Day, ballots that may never be counted.
We find ourselves gathered in our capital city of this state, again here to protect our democracy, to protect the right to vote, not to make it harder to vote, not to make it harder to register to vote, not to make it harder to count our votes, and to protect the independence of our judiciary.
Late Friday, HB 1355 passed and was sent to the governor. The hundreds of immigrant rights advocates were back during the final week, pressing their case against an Arizona-style immigration package that many groups, including law enforcement officers, vehemently opposed. The immigration bills would have done nothing to stop the flow of undocumented workers and enabled unscrupulous businesses to continue to take advantage of the cheap labor failed to pass. Unfortunately, the bills that eliminated unemployment benefits to pay for big business tax cuts, the 3% tax in public sector workers in the Florida retirement system, and the biggest cut to public education system in history all passed on the final day. Legislators were forced to extend the annual session when Republicans in both chambers revolted against both Senate President Mike Herodopoulos and House Speaker Dean Cannon over their backroom deals in the budget conforming bills. Senate Bill 830, the worker gag bill, died on the special order calendar at 3:26 a.m. Saturday, May 7th, one of the few victories of the 2011 legislative session, one which allows the voice of a unified labor movement to continue speaking in the legislative and political processes. This victory and all of our successes weakening some of the worst legislation for working families seen in history are all thanks to you and the Working Families Lobby Corps. The Lobby Corps was on hand during the final week.
Hello, I'm Robert Livingston of the International Association of Machinists Union, Local 2061. I'm up here in Tallahassee to try to protect the rights of working families. I work at the Kennedy Space Center. We're fixing to lose thousands and thousands of jobs while our state representatives are trying to take away our unemployment compensation benefits. We need to fight for an increase in the payments that are going out in an increase in the weeks. Instead of, they're trying to take our weeks away. And they're also attacking us because we have severance pay. There's a good chance that if this law passes, if you have severance pay, you won't get any unemployment from the state. The companies need to pay their unemployment insurance. They need to pay this so the people of Florida will be protected when they lose their jobs. And where are all these jobs that our state representatives promised us?
My name is Lori. I work for the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office in Santa Rosa County, Florida. I'm a deputy sheriff, and I'm here on behalf of the Fraternal Order of Police. Our lodge is Lodge 123. And I'm here, and I've been here several times over again, mainly because we were fighting for our pensions. And in fighting for our pensions, we're trying to make sure that they don't destroy the Florida retirement system. Unfortunately, those have already gone through in some cases. We've also come up here for a number of other reasons. Our whole goal is to ensure public safety. We can't do that if we can't even protect the deputies who are getting paid minimal amounts of money. Our guys have had one pay raise in 8 years. They are only starting out at $29,600 a year, and to have to pay 3% into their retirement is devastating for their families. So that's what I'm doing here.
Good morning. Ken Williams, Teamster Local 79, Tampa, Florida. You know, we came to Tallahassee looking at one issue, and that was dues deduction bill, or known as the union gag bill. But you come up here and your eyes are open to everything that's going on. You have immigrant laws that are being disabled. you have voter rights being restricted, you have privatization going on, and then the dues deduction. You know, I was fortunate enough when I came to work for United Parcel Service, my employer, almost 28 years ago. I walked into a ready-made contract, and at the time I didn't know what that meant, but now I do as I've seasoned through the years. And all the things that I was afforded the opportunity to walk into, people up here in this Capitol are just fighting for a job, just fighting for the right to vote, just fighting for their medical rights and the ability to speak their mind. And this is a beautiful forum for it that we offer here in Tallahassee that everyone needs to take advantage of. So when you're thinking about the next election cycle and what's gone on this year, don't forget next year. It's important, it's critical to us that you look at the facts, you look at the issues, you look at the voting scorecard of the elected delegates and legislators, what they've done up here, and hold them accountable. You know, like my good friend Randy Pine says, there's more of us than there are of them. Vote. 2012 is right around the corner.
Hi, my name is Willie Bailey. I'm a business representative for the Federation of Public and Private Employees based in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm here in Tallahassee today fighting for all the rights of my union members, brothers and sisters in the state of Florida. We're here to let you know that the elections bill is a bad bill. We're here to let you know that Senator Bill 830 is a bad bill. Please support us in this fight. Thank you.
The 2011 legislative session is over. Now we begin the longest, best coordinated, and most powerful electoral mobilization in history for 2012. One that will be made up of all workers, union and non-union alike. Round 2 starts now as we push back against these attacks and fight for Florida. Solidarity.